Bara Zaggar, Throne of the Sanctuary. Welcome to the new year. You may have heard of this month under the name Nisanu, or if you are not familiar with the Babylonian sources, just think of this as the first month of the year. Nisanu is the later Akkadian name. For consistency, let's stick with the Sumerian name. However, if you want to call this month Nisanu, perfectly fine. Like many months, this has both religious and agricultural associations. The agricultural associations are important because if you happen to skip an agriculturally significant date and think you can just put it on to another part of the calendar, you can't. Planting season has to happen at certain times. Harvesting has to happen at certain times. Bricklaying, believe it or not, had to happen at certain times. There were certain things that you had to do when tending to sheep and cattle that you wouldn't be able to do at different times of the year. Because of this, the agriculture governed a lot of the holidays and the months. And of course, the religious significance also ties in at that time. This is the month when Enlil is ritually given his throne, and it's also the month of the first harvest. There are celebrations for the city deity and Enlil in particular as king of the gods. In addition to ruling the pantheon, Enlil is associated with good fortune and the gentle rains that bring about a bountiful harvest. If you come from North America or Europe, it might seem strange that spring is the month of the first harvest rather than having this be later in the year. This is because the climate of Mesopotamia was very different. It allowed for two completely different growing seasons. You had the main growing season, which was during the winter. This winter growing season would allow you to have bountiful harvest because it was cool, wet, and you could feed a whole ton of crops just based on the rain. In the summer, it was a lot hotter, a lot drier, and certain crops just would not thrive in that environment. In this time, there were a number of major holidays. You had the Spring Akitu, which is not specifically a Nippurian holiday, but we're going to talk about it in a later video. You had the humbling of the king. You had the pouring of water over flesh and the greater offering. Those happened at the same time. Those were the major holidays of this month. Anyway, thanks for checking in on us, and hope you learned a lot. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.